And there you are. Good morning. Happy Monday. Jim Adkins here from Adkins Results Coaching. Day 9. Are you still there? Are you still with me? Are you still with yourself? You had a good weekend. I feel like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood sometimes, right? So Saturday, Sunday, we didn't get to talk. How did you handle it? Did you fall back into your regular routine and take some time off? Did you reward the successful week that you had and maybe reward that with some time off? Well, what exactly is time off? Okay, is time off from all of the stressful things that are happening, or did you take time off from moving yourself forward with your goals in mind? You need to relook at that, right? It's time to recommit and do it with a happy heart. I know that sometimes we get busy, and if you've been doing quote unquote all the right things towards this goal, what has probably happened is you've got a plethora of ideas that are running through your head on how to achieve your new goal. That's good. Write them all down. Get them out of here. Get them on paper. Get them out of here. Get them on paper. Good morning, you two. How did you do? Chime in here and let me know what's going on. Are you still on track? Did you kind of slip a little bit? I'm very interested in the process that other people are taking. It helps me help others when I learn as much as I can about other people's process. I can tell you what I do and what some of the people that I talk to, my clients that I talked to already about the weekend. And this is across the board. This happens fairly regularly when you start moving in any direction. Now, life isn't always about setting goals. I don't want you to get confused about, you don't always have to continue to set goals. But when you're creating a new habit, when you're building a new foundation, it takes effort. And your results are going to be in direct proportion with what you give to it. So, as we set out to build these new habits, these new personality traits, I'll check that in a second. It does take effort. And if you slip up and then you have to restart, I don't want you to get frustrated. I need you to understand that anything worth having is worth working for. You're not going to get anything for free. You're really not. Love, that's a whole other philosophical conversation. And we could talk about that, some of the best things in life that we have, love, companionship, compassion, happiness, those are all free, right? Those are free. So the things that we value most are generally cost us nothing. And the things that cost us the most financially are things that can be replaced. You follow me? So I want you to understand that while I say nothing is for free, what I'm talking about is anything that needs to be. Well, let's talk about love. Love is free. You can give love freely and you can receive love freely, but love can take work. It takes effort. You can love somebody unconditionally and you can love them wholeheartedly and you can love them forever. But trust me, a relationship with love takes work. And when I say work, I don't see work as a bad word. Again, boy, I got to open up a whole can of worms on a Monday. I don't want to get too deep with you guys, but let's look at this. How you define your terms is how you define your world. If you see life, love, happiness, success as work, and then you look at the word work as a negative thing, all life is negative. Does that make sense? So you may have to reframe the word work or give it a new word, effort or action, and use that. But if you use work, you need to work for things. And work has a negative tone to it because maybe your paradigm over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years has been, work is terrible. It's going to be hard for you to do anything that you associate work with. Work on a relationship, work on your finances, work on your career, work on your life. Work on your goals, work on your health. Oh, it's work, it's work, it's work. Or I get to get up and work on this. So how do you see it? Okay. How do you see building your next foundation for this incredible life? Is it simply taking action? Is it simply working for it? That may be something you need to work on. Redefining your terms. Cindy said she's so far off track right now. I had to put mom in the hospital. I hope your mom is feeling better. We don't need to go into detail there, but I don't want to belittle that action, because that is, as a, I don't want to say good daughter, but it's something you needed to take care of. It's something that definitely comes up. But I can tell you this, something always comes up. Something always comes up. There's always something. And we can't let it derail us. Even though mom's in the hospital and you needed to help put her there and take care of her, you still need to make time for yourself. Or you could end up in the hospital. And you don't need to ignore others to take care of yourself. You really don't. And Cindy, if you reach out, we could chat. I'd love to chat and see if I could help you where you're at in your position. But the simple thing is, you really need to remember that you need to take care of yourself. That is number one on your list. And as these other things come up, you find time for them. You really do. That's necessary. You need to find time for that. And when I say find time, let's say that you've packed your day full of activities in the process of developing habits for your new goal. Okay, follow me? You've packed your day full of wonderful activities that are going to help you in the process of achieving your goal. And you don't have a minute to spare. And sometimes that's what we do. Sometimes that's necessary for certain types of people. Sometimes it's not. But let's just say that's what's happened. Well, if you do that, you can guarantee yourself that when anything out of the ordinary needs your attention, something's going to slip out of the makeup. There's only so many hours in a day, in a night. You definitely need sleep. That 6 hours is important, 7 to 8 hours, depending on who you are and what you're doing. Definitely important. You need to find that sleep, and it needs to be a good sleep. So you need to end the day, start the night with a clean, fresh mind, a new goal for the next day, a completion, success, journal and celebration of the previous day, and then move forward. But if you have no room in your schedule for anything else out of the ordinary, something's going to slip up. Well, how do you manage that? Well, you start cutting away the activities on your goal list. I know, right? Counterproductive? No, not counterproductive. It's time to simplify the goal. I can help you with this. If you've set out to achieve some wonderful things in this 30 days and you find yourself with a list of 10 or 12 of them that are definitely worthy and definitely worthwhile your attention, and you're looking at them going, I can do this, and you get moving, and then all of a sudden there's a hiccup, right? Your automobile breaks down. Some people lose their job, or they're find that they're working for somebody who doesn't deserve their time, and they leave. These are things major. These are hiccups in the day. Somebody needs to go to the hospital. You have a kid that needs your attention, or something even like, well, how about your child forgot to tell you, if you have children, they had a special event coming up and they're in the event, and now last minute I just find out you're going to be doing a solo or a speech, or you want me to come to your school, and then all of a sudden you got to find time in your schedule. How do you do that? Well, importance. And the simple rule of setting a schedule is, when you write out a list of things you have to do, try not to put it in order right away. Just write them down. This. Then go back and pick your top 20 or your top 10 if they're large, and circle them or put them on another piece of paper, and then write those 10 or 20 down, and then number them with 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 being less important. So you always start with the top 4 number ones. And you look at it, and it may take you 2 or 3 times to do this. And you go, my child is number 1. Boom. Well, what about yourself? That needs to be on your schedule, taking care of yourself. That's another number 1. They don't have to compete with each other. They're both number 1. Then you got 2 more number 1s. And if you've got 3 or 4 left, those go to number 2. They do. And you have to make that decision. And pretty soon you've got 4 number 1s, 4 number 2s, 4 number 3s, and you've passed your 10 into 12. And if you can stop there, great. Because now you got 12. How many hours in a day? You got 12 hours in the day, right? 12, 15 hours in the day that you can work, take care of things. 16 hours if you're crazy. So you got 16 things you can do an hour at a time. An hour is a pretty good amount of time to devote to something if you can focus on it and they blend together. If not, you need to cut your list. It's easy to stay on track. It really is, but it takes work. It takes effort. It takes action. It takes organization. And number one, it takes decision-making skills. So use this Monday. Step back, take a breath. The full moon's here. You're going to have lots of crazy energy running around. Not that I'm a big astrological chart guy, but I know that the full moon affects us. It really does. We're built of water. We're made of water, right? The moon totally controls water and affects it. So anyway, get out there or get down here on your desk, your table, whatever you're doing. And let's clarify your list. You've got an abundance of wonderful ideas flowing. Act on the ones that drive you forward. Don't forget the other ones. Write them down. Write them down. Don't lose that paper either. Keep it someplace where you can get it. Allow for these little hiccups. Allow for them. Don't bash yourself or beat yourself up because you slipped off. Get right back on it. Here's the number one point I wanted to make about this. If you fall backwards in this 30 days, and today becomes day number 1 because the first 9 days were going well. Friday came or Saturday came and boom, you messed up. You need to start over. It needs to be 30 days of consecutive effort, good effort, fun effort, honest effort. So today is day 1 for you. That's okay. Life is long and you need to reframe how you look at this. Are you learning new things? Are you starting new habit patterns, transitions? Do you look at work as a negative thing? Change that word or change what it means to you. Work is awesome, especially if you're rewarded for your work. You know, the things we do for ourselves and our family that we work towards give us the most rewards. We don't have to report to another boss. We're not looking to somebody else for approval, and we definitely don't need things from others to satisfy our accomplishments that we do for ourselves and others. I highly recommend working for yourself. I highly recommend working on yourself. And I highly recommend you do it for the ones you love as much as yourself. Make time for yourself. Okay. If today is day 1, Cindy, today's day 1. You're not behind. You're not behind. I don't want you to look at that. This is not a race. This is an individual effort. If you're following along, that's awesome. Just because I say day 9, today's the 9th day of the month. Okay? It's day 1 for you. If it's not day 1, make it day 0. Recommit. Make a plan of action today. Clarify your goal. Write it down. Give it a timeline. And set tomorrow as day 1. You know what's going to be cool about tomorrow being day 1 or today being day 1? You've done this day before. You know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. It's going to be totally familiar. If you hiccuped a little bit the first time or 6th time you did it, today's the day to perfect it. The perfect day 1. Imagine that and build on that success. I love you. If you need my help, you know where I'm at. Reach out to me. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day. I shaved again. I feel weird when I get on here and see myself on here without my beard. I did the Journey tribute, and just a side note there, we had 2 sold-out shows this weekend down in Romeo. What an incredible crowd. It was awesome. If you guys were there, thank you so much. If you missed it and you're in the area, we were playing a lot this summer. The Journey tribute band captured Detroit. And we have a lot of fun doing it. I mean, Journey fans, Journey music, it's just incredible. But it was fun. And did I hiccup or mess up my 30-day challenge? No. You know why? It's kind of routine. I get down there and I know exactly what I'm going to do messing up. I don't sleep enough. That's one thing that's one. So if you're there with me, I don't sleep enough. Why? Because we play late and I get up early. I'm an early riser. No matter what time I go to bed, I'm up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, wide awake. I try to sleep later if I can, but that's just how it happens. So that's one thing. Do I drink enough water? No. Did I miss working out? Yeah, because of the 2-day show, I didn't work out Friday or Saturday or Sunday for that matter. I didn't even do sit-ups yesterday, so I fell off that. But I don't beat myself up. I know that today's Monday, and I'll be right back at it today. I'll be moving forward. Once you start building these habits, and you have other things pop in there, you plan for them if you can. If you can't, you move right past them, right back into it. Cindy, I hope your mom is doing well. Richard, I hope you have a great day. Everybody else who's out there, I see you. I don't see you, but I see the numbers of people watching, which is cool. Go ahead and comment. Leave a comment. If you like what's happening, give me a thumbs up and share the videos with other people. I'd really like that. I'd love to build this channel where I could do this more regularly. If you haven't subscribed, please do that and help me build this channel. All right, you guys, have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow. Until the next time, on your mark, get set, grow.